As Jerry said, Innco was born here at GFN, and each year the organizers, thank you, Jerry and Patty, always make sure that we have a place to hold our General Assembly, and they ensure that consumers are an integral part of GFN, not merely an afterthought, and we're very grateful for their support. We're also grateful for the privilege of being able to honor advocates here at GFN. Earlier today, our General Assembly recognized the work of 3 consumers who have been toiling in the fields for years, working hard to provide information to consumers about tobacco harm reduction. And I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank Julio Ruades, Robert Innes, and Andy Morrison for their years of volunteer work and the important role that they've played in building the consumer THR movement. This evening, Innco is conferring its Outstanding Advocate Award. We award one in the consumer category and then one for the professional category. The Consumer Outstanding Advocate is awarded to a consumer who has consistently gone above and beyond in supporting the rights of others to choose safer nicotine alternatives and whose enthusiasm, knowledge, and actions have contributed, making a significant difference at a local, regional, and/or global level. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Advocate Award in the consumer category is Mr. Joseph Magaro, the chairman of Campaign for Safer Alternatives. So I'm going to make him stand up here while I praise him for a second. Come on up. I'm going to give you the podium in a second. Mr. Magaro is the former director of Africa Tobacco Free Initiative, and he promoted and implemented traditional tobacco control policies during those years. Despite some successes, he realized that overall smoking rates in Africa remained stubbornly static, and in some areas were actually increasing. Research, direct engagement with consumers, ex-smokers, scientists, led him to question whether there might be some alternatives. And that rethinking led him to believe that vapor products and other safer nicotine products might provide a vital addition to reducing smoking-related diseases. And in 2018, he formed the Campaign for Safer Alternatives, which advocates for the adoption of tobacco harm reduction policies in Africa. We're honoring him, however, not only for his important work in Africa, but also for his personal courage and integrity in embracing tobacco harm reduction as an ethical choice for consumers, even though it put him at odds with traditional tobacco control in his region. For valuing lives and honest public health more than personal gain, he is truly an outstanding consumer advocate. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'll just take a short minute. My name is Joseph, as you've heard. I'm very grateful that I'm even noticed, and this is my first time in Warsaw. I want to thank Innco for their support. I want to thank also Jerry and KAC for the tremendous support that they've been giving me. Greg Conley as well. We're a group of advocates in Africa where we face a lot of hostility in a continent that has 77 million smokers. And safer alternatives are there, but unfortunately we're not allowed to speak about them. So I do everything I do out of voluntary work. Nobody pays me to do what I do. Those of us that have been smokers like myself know that these products are a miracle, and I personally won't stop talking about them. I keep blogging about it and approaching government officials about this issue, and we are breaking ground. So thank you very much once again.
So I mentioned we have 2 awards. This year's Innco Outstanding Advocate Award in the professional category really requires no introduction. Konstantinos Varsalinos. His work over the years has extended the field of knowledge, understanding, and research relating to the vapor products and tobacco harm reduction area. No one has done more than Dr. Varsalinos to advance honest and ethical research that is genuinely useful to consumers. He is fearless. He goes out there, he corrects misinformation, he battles with the FDA, and he's honest. We value that research, but we also value your willingness to speak to policymakers, legislators, regulators, and other in decision-making positions to explain the science and to support rational THR policies across the world. Your work has been prolific and invaluable, and we're truly grateful for all that you've done for the consumers over the year. You've earned our trust, our respect, and our gratitude for your tireless work, and it is truly an honor to be able to publicly recognize you this evening with Innco's Outstanding Advocate Award. Dr. Constantinos Varzalinos. Can I give you a hug? Thank you so much.
That's my speech. Yeah. So I want to thank not only Innco, but also the consumers who introduced me into this controversial but exciting field. The Greek vapors from, first of all, two of my friends who were smokers and sent me a picture one day in late 2011 with themselves holding an e-cigarette. And my reaction was that you just wasted your money and I can prescribe you some varenicline to quit. Of course, they never got the varenicline. And I want to thank the Greek vapors from the first internet forum that I managed to find at that time. And I asked for some of them to come to the hospital and participate in my first clinical trial when we were checking the cardiac function, comparing e-cigarettes with smoking. I want to thank them not only for their participation to various research that we've done projects, but also because they educated me. It's a product that you need to be educated about. It's a field that you need education. No one is born educated, and I'm grateful because they were the reason that I started working and I started my career in this field. So thank you very much to all consumers. Thank you.